Hola and bienvenidos a Horizon Spanish. It's just me today. I'm going to give you 7 things that you might not know about Spain. So numero uno is if you come to Spain and you want an Americano, don't ask for un café because they'll bring you most likely an espresso, which is one of those little things. You should ask for un café solo if you just want it black, Americano, or un café con leche if you want it with milk. And then it usually comes with azúcar, which is sugar. But if you want sweetener, then you should ask for sacarina. So un café con leche con sacarina, por favor. Por ejemplo. Also with coffees, I am currently in the area of Murcia, which is sort of in the southeast of Spain, and they have something called a manchado, which I think means like a stain, right? A manchado is a stain. But if you ask for a manchado here, it's like an espresso glass. So you have like some espresso, but then the bottom part is condensed milk, and it's really good. And you can also get a bonbon, which is more condensed milk, so it's even sweeter. Número 2. The houses here are slightly different to what at least I am accustomed to in England, where almost all the houses are sort of in cul-de-sacs and attached to one another. The houses here, in this rural area anyway, not in the city, they are like all detached, and they all have fences all the way around, and they're quite high, so like the size of a man. So I guess it's for burglars. It's a bit more secure. And leading on from the houses, all the houses I've seen also have something called persianas, which are shutters on the outside of the window, which are either like old style car turny, like makes it go up or down, or like electronic, and they are kind of like curtains. They keep out the light, and they'll put them down if it's raining or if they leave the house. I think it's another security measure, because there's also on some houses rejas, which are bars that go around the windows, which I don't really get, because I think it's a bit dangerous if you want to leave the house. You can't get out of the window, but that's another security measure, which I think is just a cultural thing here. Número 3. I learned this just being in the house one day, that when a delivery woman comes with a package, you have to give them a DNI or a NIE. So NIE is for foreigners. It's basically your national insurance number here, and real Spaniards have a DNI, like their identity card. And when you receive a package, you have to give the delivery person your number, which I suppose makes sense, because then if they're trying to track down who received the package, if it happened to go to the wrong person, or the company is saying it is being told that no one received it, then they have someone who did receive it, and you know who that person was. So I think that makes sense. Número 4. On Noche Vieja, which is New Year's Eve, in Spain, they will have 12 grapes. So you know when we count down 10, 9, 8, and then we all sing Auld Lang Syne. The Spanish people will try and eat and swallow 12 grapes in the last 12 seconds before the New Year. So it's 12, 11, or 12, 11, and it's very, very hard. And if you eat them all, you're meant to have luck in the next year. And I'm pretty sure, it's good luck to wear red underwear on New Year's Eve as well. And you can even buy the 12 uvas, 12 grapes, in like little tins and stuff, like they're sold especially for the day. Because typically as well, if I try and buy grapes here, they tend to have seeds in, which I'm really not used to. I think they're just meant to be they're meant to be more organic or something. That's it for number 4. Número 5 is that Spain is a mostly Catholic country, or like its history is. So on the 6th of January they have something called Los Reyes Magos, which is like the magic kings, which to us in England is the 3 wise men. And I think it's meant to be when they arrived at the stable with Mary and Jesus, and they gave him his frankincense, myrrh and gold, which is, it's what every baby wants. And the day before, on the 5th, in the towns, in the main cities, they have something called a cabalgata, which is basically a parade, and children will line the streets with their parents, and the parade will throw toys, will throw sweets for the children to get, because the Reyes Magos bring toys to the children. So not only do the Spanish people have Santa Claus, who bring presents, well, in Spain on the 24th of December, they also have the 3 wise kings, 3 magic kings, who bring presents on the 6th. And on the 6th they also have a special cake called a roscon. I can put a picture of it here. And inside is either nothing or nata, like cream, and there'll be like a little figurine and a little bean. So if you get the figurine, you are the king, and if you have the bean, you have to pay for the roscon, however much it costs. What it says, when people eat in Spain and when shops open are very different. So in Spain you have desayuno, which is breakfast, which is whenever you wake up, I suppose. You have almuerzo, which is like your pre-lunch snack, which I suppose is around 10 or 11. People will typically have like a bocadillo, which is like a little sandwich or something. And then they'll have la comida, which is at, well, it depends on when you start your day, but anywhere between like 1 and 3, but typically I would say 2, 2:30, that's when we have it. And then you have merienda, which the kids always have, and will have sometimes, is around 6 at like dinner time. It's another snack between 5 and 6. And then finally you have la cena, which is anywhere between 8 to 10. Some people have dinner at like 10. I don't know how they do it, but it's very common here. And also the hours that shops are open, las tiendas, they'll open in the morning and then they'll be closed between 2 and like 5. Closed. Nobody is available for you. And then they'll be open again until like 10. So that's a bit crazy. Makes sense because in England, if you finish work at 6 and other shops like New Look and whatever close at 6 as well, you've only got the weekend to do your shopping. So I guess it's good for the Spanish people to have like that part in the evening, but once you finish work, you can then go shopping. And it's more of a cultural thing here to like live in the evening. Like they'll get ready and go out at like 7, 8 p.m. when I'm like in my pajamas ready to go to bed in a couple hours. And finally, número 7 is that which I'm not a big fan of, is that you have to pay for your water. It is bottled water, but often in restaurants it'll be like the most expensive brand of water, and you can't choose like a less expensive brand of bottled water, which I think there should be at least that option. If they're not using at least tap water, expensive water and less expensive bottled water. So I'm just saying, when you go to a restaurant or cafe here, expect to pay for your water unless it's like in the set menu of lunch or dinner. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that video. It's just me this time. Next time it will be Lucia's turn, even though she may not know that yet. It will be her go. And I hope you learned a thing or two, because I certainly didn't know any of this before I came, and I've just learned it over the past few months. Of course, I can't go through everything about Spain. There are so many things to learn and so many more things I still don't know. So there will be an article with a video detailing everything I spoke about and maybe a couple of things extra. So if you get the chance, head on over to www.horizonspanish.com, and until next time, hasta pronto! Número 2.